Hi, my name is Doreen Hankins and I'm with PewPros. I'm also with a company called Detroit Arms, and it's going to be a point of reference for you moving forward. So, your students leave, your community stays. I'm going to talk to you about how smart instructors are building loyal tribes using the community platform we have for you on PewPros. So, what if every student you ever trained was still connected to you, still learning from you, still referring people to you years after their first class? Most instructors run a one and done business. A student takes a class, walks out the door, and you never hear from them again. Today, I'm going to show you how PewPros Community changes that equation permanently, turning every class you teach into the beginning of a long-term relationship. Let's talk a little bit about me and Detroit Arms because this is how the whole thing started. Detroit Arms, in its current form, is a thriving firearms instruction business in the metropolitan Detroit area. My husband, myself, my instructors, we've personally trained tens of thousands of students, from first timers to advanced concealed carry holders. We wrote the book called the Firearm Instructors Marketing Toolkit, which is available on Amazon. And we literally started from zero. We began knowing, well, I should say I began knowing absolutely nothing about guns. So if I can build this, you can too. And after 18 years building Detroit Arms, I know one truth above all, that instructors who win the long term aren't the ones who have the most students. They're the ones with the most connected communities. So the one and done problem, you taught them well, you gave them confidence, and then silence. They never came back. They never referred anyone. They never heard from you again. This is the default outcome for most firearms instructors, not because students didn't value the experience, but because there was no system to keep them connected, no community, no reason to stay. So the old model was you had a class, it was one transaction. The student moved on, you start over every month, and revenue is unpredictable. The community model is one class with an ongoing relationship. Students stay engaged, referrals happen naturally, and revenue compounds over time. Secret number one, your students aren't gone. They're just waiting to be invited back. The average firearms instructor loses 80% of their students to silence, not to competitors. These are people who liked you, trusted you, and meant to come back. They just needed a reason. A community gives them that reason every single day. What happens after class ends? Most instructors focus entirely on getting students in the door. Almost none have a plan for what happens after they leave. Here's your typical post-class journey. Day one, class day. The student is excited, engaged, grateful. They tell a friend or two. By day 7, there's the fade. Life gets busy. There's no follow-up from you. The excitement cools. By day 30, you're forgotten. They can't even remember your name. They'd have to Google you to refer you. And by day 90, gone. They've moved on. Another instructor gets the next class and their referrals. This isn't a marketing problem. This is a retention problem, and community is the cure. So what keeps your students connected? Community. I like to say engagement isn't accidental, it's engineered. So a community has fresh content daily. We have RSS feeds that pull in news from sources that your students care about: gun rights, self-defense law, training tips automatically. Your community stays active even when you're teaching. There's real conversation. Students discuss, they ask questions, they share experiences, and they support each other. Now you're not just their instructor, you're the hub of their network. And it's your voice, your brand. You can post updates, share class announcements, celebrate student milestones. Every touch point reinforces your authority and keeps your name top of mind. So your community, your brand, your rules. PewPros Community isn't just a generic forum or a Facebook group that you don't control. It is a fully branded space that belongs to you and only to you. It's branded to you with your name, your logo, your colors. Students see your brand every time they log in, not PewPros, not Facebook, and not anyone else. You own the audience. No algorithm decides who's going to see your post. No platform that's going to ban you or bury your content. It's your community, your reach. It's members only access. You invite your students in, you keep it exclusive, and that exclusivity makes membership feel like a privilege, not just another app. And it's mobile friendly. Members access the community from their phone, just like any social app, and engagement happens where they already are. So, RSS feeds, that's your community on autopilot. You don't have to be a content creator to keep your community alive. PewPros Community lets you connect RSS feeds from any news source: NRA, USCCA, AMOLand, local news, self defense law blogs, and that content flows directly into your community feed automatically. You choose your sources, you pick the news outlets and the blogs your students trust most, whether that's gun rights, concealed carry law, training tips, things that you curate, the system delivers. Content that posts itself. There's no writing, no scheduling. It's fresh, relevant content that appears in your community daily, keeping members coming back. And then you stay the expert. When your community is the place that students go for firearms news, you become the authority, not just the instructor who taught them once. The reactivation campaign. You already have a list of past students. Most instructors let that list collect dust. A reactivation campaign turns cold contacts into active community members, turn into repeat buyers. So without reactivation, your students just simply forget that you exist. You have to compete for new leads every month. Your marketing costs stay high and your revenue plateaus. With a reactivation campaign, your past students re-engage on autopilot. Warm leads convert at 3 to 5 times the rate of a cold lead. Word of mouth accelerates, revenue compounds. The best next student is probably somebody who already took a class with you. The reactivation message that works. So you don't need a fancy campaign. You need just one honest message that reminds past students why they trusted you and gives them a reason to come back. This is the framework I used. I sent out a message recently. I put a community up on my Detroit Arms website, and I just asked people that I've been thinking about, students that I've trained over the years, that I wanted to reach out personally. I wanted to let them know that I put up a private community for my students where I share training tips, firearms news, and exclusive class discounts. It's free for past students, and I sent them an invite. That was it. There was no pitch, no pressure. It was just a genuine invitation to stay connected. Most instructors who send this message see 30 to 50% of their past students join within the first week. I personalize it. I use their name. I reference the class. I make it feel like a real message, not just a blast. It's low friction. It's asking for a yes or no to a free invite, and it's the lowest pressure ask you can make. And it's high return because every person who joins your community is a warm lead for your next class, your next advanced course, or a product. Retention is greater than acquisition. Build your community first. Give students a place to belong after the class ends. That belonging is what turns a transaction into a relationship. You should reactivate before you advertise. Your warmest leads are already in your contact list. Invite them into your community before spending $1 on new traffic. And content keeps it alive. RSS feeds mean your community stays active and valuable every single day without you having to create any content from scratch. A community without engagement is just a ghost town. So building a community is step one. Keeping it alive is where most instructors fail. And the secret isn't always posting more. It's building a system that generates engagement automatically so your community grows whether you're on the range or off the grid. So what drives engagement into your community? Well, it's not a one-time touch point. It's a loop that keeps people connected, informed, and active. When students get invited quickly, receive ongoing value, and start conversations, your community becomes the place they return to and the place they recommend. So the instructor with the biggest community doesn't just win more students, they win the market. When your community is the go to place for firearms education, news, and conversation in your area, you stop competing on price and you start competing on belonging. That's a game almost no other instructor is playing, which means the window to own it is wide open right now. So, in order to launch a community, it's 3 moves. It can be done in a weekend, and your community goes from 0 to active. Step 1, you set up your hub. Your branded PewPros community is live in minutes. You add your logo, you pick your RSS resources, and you write a welcome message. Done. And we've already done that for you. Step 2, you send the reactivation campaign. You upload your past student list, you send the invite message, and you watch your founding members roll in. And then step 3, you invite every new student. After class, every student gets an automatic invite. Your community grows with every class you teach forever. Why community beats every other marketing channel? Because you can't get banned from your own community. You can't get outbid from your own platform, and you can't be replaced by an algorithm. Social media platforms change the rules. Ad costs go up, email rates drop. But in a community you own, that's an asset that compounds. Every member who joins makes it more valuable. Every conversation that happens makes it stickier. Every referral that comes to you costs you nothing. There's zero ad spend. Community-driven referrals and re-engagement cost nothing beyond the platform itself. It is algorithm proof. You control who sees what. No pay to play, no shadow banning, no surprises. And anyone who's ever been on Facebook as a platform knows that they pick and choose how many people see your message, how often they see your message. And it doesn't matter if you have 18,000 followers on Facebook, only a fraction of those people are getting your message. With this, there's no shadow banning. You control everything. And then compounding returns. A community of 200 engaged past students is worth more than 2,000 cold social media followers. Community is the moat. Community members are 4 times more likely to take another class than one-time students with no ongoing connection. You have a lower acquisition cost. Reactivating a past student costs a fraction of acquiring a new one, and it converts at a much higher rate. And then there's compounding value. Every new student you add to your community increases its value for every existing member. It simply grows itself. So the reality is most instructors are one referral source away from disaster. When your entire business depends on one platform, one algorithm, or one referral partner, you're one policy change away from starting over. The instructors who build lasting businesses build something that no one can take away, a community of people who trust them. So, the fragmented instructor. Without a community hub, your student relationships are scattered across platforms that you don't own and are slowly dying. Facebook groups. You post, the algorithm buries it, half your students never see it, and Facebook can shut it down tomorrow. And as a person who relies on Facebook, or at least did in the past, for getting my class messages out, I can tell you that one meme that they don't agree with and you're shut down for 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, and there's no way to get around it. Email blasts, open rates are under 20%. There's no conversation, no community feel. It's just a one-way broadcast into the void. Text messages, they're great for reminders. They're terrible for building relationships. There's no threading, no community, no content. Or you can do nothing at all, which is the most common option. Students leave, life happens, and you never hear from them again. None of these choices are communities. They're all channels. And channels don't build loyalty. Belonging does. So, the real cost of a disconnected student base. Every student who walks out your door without joining your community is a missed opportunity, and the numbers add up fast. You get 0 referrals from forgotten students. A student who doesn't remember your name can't refer you. Disconnected students generate 0 word of mouth. You have a higher conversion rate. Warm community members convert to repeat classes at 3 to 5 times the rate of cold leads from paid ads. And there's an average rebooking window of about 18 months. Most students are ready for an advanced class within 18 months, but only if you're still on their radar. So the big shift is that community is greater than campaigns. You have to stop chasing cold leads. Your warmest prospects are already in your contact list. You need to reactivate them before you spend $1 on advertising. So you need to build the asset, not the audience. Social media followers are rented. A community you own is an asset that compounds in value every single month. And then you just let the content do the work. The RSS feeds keep your community alive and valuable without you having to create content from scratch every day. So, the solution, what if your community built itself? PewPros Community is the only platform built specifically for firearms instructors and ranges, combining branded community hosting, automated RSS content, reactivation campaigns, and student engagement tools in one place. No tech headaches, no duct tape, just a community that grows every time you teach. So, how do you get this? You get it with PewPros. PewPros, built by instructors for instructors. PewPros is the only all-in-one platform that combines a professional instructor website, CRM, booking, reviews, and now a fully branded community hub that keeps your students engaged, connected, and coming back. The community feature is the piece that was always missing, and now it's here. We're purpose built for 2A. There's no more worrying about being banned, deplatformed, or restricted. PewPros is built for the firearms industry. Everything is automated. Reviews, follow-ups, confirmations. The system runs in the background so you can focus on teaching. And we have a live instructor community. You can join our PewPros community. It's a network of professional instructors sharing what's working, so there's no guessing in isolation. What you get the community hub. It's your own branded community platform, the feature that transforms PewPros from a marketing tool into a business asset that compounds in value every month. You get your own branded space with your custom name, logo, and colors. Members see your brand, not ours. It's exclusive, invite-only access, and mobile-friendly for on-the-go engagement. We have a built-in engagement engine, RSS feeds from any news source you choose, automated post-class community invites, reactivation campaign tools for past students, and announcement posts that reach every member. This isn't a Facebook group, it's a business asset, one that gets more valuable every time you teach. You're not going to get shadow banned, your message isn't going to be restricted. Everyone in your community gets every message every time. You also get a professional website. Your website is your digital storefront. It is your 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365-day a year salesperson. PewPros launches you a professional, mobile-ready, 2A-friendly website with 0 WordPress headaches, no plugins breaking at midnight, and no tech support calls to make. Best of all, the website integrates with your community so students can join directly from your site. It's easy to manage. You're an instructor, not a web designer. We get it up and we get you bookable fast. 2A-friendly hosting means you're built on an infrastructure that won't deplatform you for talking about firearms. And it's community connected. Students can join your community directly from your website, keeping engagement in one seamless place. You get a CRM, all your students in one place. Your CRM is the backbone of your business, the system that turns a one-time student into a loyal, recurring customer who sends you referrals for a year. You have contact management capabilities. Every student's info, class history, and communication is available in one searchable database. We have an email list built in. There's no separate MailChimp account. You simply send class announcements, promotions, and reactivation emails directly from your PewPros CRM. Follow-up sequences. We have automated follow-up sequences, automated 3-touch sequences that run without you lifting a finger after setup. We simply write what you want to say, when you want to say it, tag everyone, and they get the message that you want when you want them to get it. And there's a community invite queue. When a student completes a class, they're automatically queued for a community invite, so the CRM feeds directly into your community. You get booking. It's one link, one tap, booked. You can share your booking link anywhere from text to email, social media, your website. Students can see available classes, register, and pay in under 2 minutes. So what's included with that? A live class calendar with real-time seat availability, online registration with automatic confirmations, payments collected at booking, so there's no more chasing Venmo, and automatic waitlist management for full classes. You also get reviews, automated review requests after every class. The system sends your personalized Google review link to every student automatically, so you never forget, never feel awkward asking, and your review count grows on autopilot. Just having 10 plus reviews puts you ahead of roughly 90% of local firearms instructors in the search results in your area. And the reviews go direct to Google. Every automated request routes directly to your Google business profile, building your ranking and not anyone else's. You get an iOS app. The other guys are coming soon. You can manage your business from the range floor. The PewPros iOS app puts your entire operation in your pocket. No laptop required when you're downrange. You can do student check-ins. Check students in with a tap. Know exactly who's on your range at all time. You can manage bookings. You can view, modify, and confirm class registrations from anywhere, anytime. And you can send messages, either text or email, individual students or entire class rosters directly from the app. You get USCCA integration. This means we are in sync with the USCCA instructor portal. PewPros connects directly with your USCCA instructor portal, eliminating the manual data entry that eats up your time. You simply enter your details into your instructor portal as you normally would. They automatically show up on your website. Or not, you can choose to manage it separately. It's your choice. And what it handles is your post-class thank you letters and Google review requests automatically go out from your platform automatically after class. Most instructors don't know that the reviews that the USCCA collects don't count towards your local relevance as an instructor. They only show up on the USCCA platform. They do nothing for your Google reviews, is what makes you more relevant in your market. All student records are automatically populated in your CRM and keeps your website and your USCCA profile current without logging into multiple platforms. So you also get the book. You get the book that Jim and I wrote, the Firearm Instructor's Marketing Toolkit. It's 136 pages of everything we learned building Detroit Arms over the past 18 years. This isn't a generic business book repackaged for instructors. Every chapter is written for the specific challenges of running a firearms training business, from Google reviews to class pricing to reactivating past students. A digital copy is included with every PewPros subscription. So the complete stack. Here's everything included in PewPros and what you'd pay if you tried to piece it together yourself from separate tools. $2,500 is about the going rate for a professional website. To add a community hub to that is an additional $1,800 a year. To put on a CRM and an email list is going to run you about another $1,200 a year. To have a booking system is an additional $600. To get automated Google review requests is another $500 a year. An iOS app to run all of that is about $1,500. USCCA integration, that's about a $400 upcharge. And then the marketing toolkit book, which we wrote, is $49 on Amazon, bringing your grand total to almost $8,600. But who wants to pay that? So the price for everything in the stack, one platform, one price, no nickeling and diming for features that should come standard. Your price is $1,250 a year. That's $104 a month, less than the revenue from a single empty seat. Every feature, every tool, everything included. We have monthly payment options, which are available. And The new PewPros includes the PewPros Community, and that's the feature that keeps your students connected for life. Think of it this way: one extra student per month pays for the entire platform. Everything after that is profit you were leaving on the table. So, bonuses available this week. If you enroll before the end of this week, you're going to receive 2 additional bonuses at no extra charge. And these are not permanent offers. They're going to close when enrollment closes. You're going to get a 30-minute strategy call, and that's a private one-on-one call with me to map out your first 90 days on PewPros. We're going to set up your profile, your follow-up sequences, your review system. That's about a $250 value. You're going to get a community quick start kit. It's a done for you welcome post, your first 5 RSS feed recommendations, and a reactivation campaign template. So your community launches with momentum, not silence. I hold your hand through the whole thing. And then, so as it looks now, you have 2 choices in front of you. You can build it yourself. You can take everything you learned today, community, reactivation, RSS content, piece it together with free tools. It's possible, but it takes months, costs more than you think, and you'll still be missing the firearm specific features that make PewPros work. This requires a significant time investment, generic tools that weren't built for instructors, no reactivation campaign support, and you're on your own. Or you can let PewPros do it. You can get your community live this week. You can send your reactivation campaign this weekend. You can start filling classes from your existing student base before you spend $1 on ads. Your community is live in hours, not months. It's built for firearm professionals. Our reactivation tools are included, and you get our full support from day one. There's limited availability. We're only onboarding 10 new community members this month. And after that, we close our doors until next quarter because we want to make sure that every instructor who joins gets a proper setup and launch. So your community is most powerful when it launches with momentum. That's why we limit onboarding, so we can personally help you set up your RSS feeds, craft your reactivation campaign, and get your first 50 members in the door. After that, it literally runs itself. Are you ready to build your community? Your next class could be full before you finish the sentence, and your past students could be back in your world by this weekend. Here's where we go to do that. You can join the PewPros community. It's a community that I manage. You can go to pewpros.com/community and join and see all the great information that we put out there for instructors. You can see the full platform for PewPros on the website, pewpros.com. And if you want to talk to me, book a 15-minute call. Go to go.pewpros.com. Thank you for joining us. We built the PewPros community because we watched too many great instructors lose great students to silence. You did the hard part. You earned their trust in the classroom. Now let the community keep that trust alive. Go build something that lasts. If it's not for you, and you know an instructor who needs this, please send them the link. If you want social proof of a community, what it looks like, go to the Detroit Arms website at www.detroitarms.com. Click the community link and join, and you can see what we've built there. It's a combination of students who have been part of our community. It's a bunch of people that came over from our Facebook page who were looking for something where they could talk to like-minded students, like-minded people. It's a great resource, and I encourage you to check it out. If you have any questions, get on my calendar and we'll chat about it in the future. I hope to hear from you all soon. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.